You're at a neighborhood table craving some Thin Mints. So you find yourself in front of one of these. Girl Scout cookie stands, or booths, are in almost every community during cookie season now. You start browsing and end up buying a box of Thin Mints, plus peanut butter patties and Samoas for good measure. Once you get home and munch through them, you feel uneasy. You consumed way more than just a treat. Many people have this experience with Girl Scout cookies. Since the tradition started, the sales have gotten bigger and bigger. Why? Today, we're diving into one of the most beloved fundraising products in the world, and its hidden poisons designed to harm you while padding profits of hundreds of millions.
Enjoy the cookies.
Girl Scouts USA is the most iconic youth organization tied to cookie sales in the world. Its revenue from cookies has skyrocketed over the decades. Today, millions of Girl Scouts sell boxes across the U.S. Many of them fund so-called troop activities through these sales. Girl Scout cookies are a staple of American culture when it comes to community fundraising. They tested the first organized sales in the early 1900s. Today, they're at booths door to door and online in nearly every state. Other groups like Boy Scouts have tried fundraising, but none match this scale. The cookies generate nearly $800 million in annual revenue for the organization, according to recent financial reports. Leaders have confirmed that cookie sales are a core driver of their programs. Their main reason? Families take significantly longer to say no to a cute kid in uniform. But why is that a bad thing? Even the world's biggest podcaster, Joe Rogan, recently revealed the horrible truth.
Some study on Girl Scout cookies. Like how many, like they've done studies on Girl Scout cookies where they break them down and find out what's in them. Oh, holy shit. It's just so many bad. I'll send it to you, Jamie, because I sent it to my wife because she's trying to avoid Girl Scout cookies.
You see the
those
smiling face of
those
the
little
Girl
hustlers.
Scout. You can imagine she's going to give you something back.
Yeah, those little hustlers. They catch you at the grocery store. I'll find this for you, Jamie. There was this thing about. Oh, here it is. The different seed oils, all the different things in them.
Is it this video?
Yeah, it's probably one of them. What does it say here? Thin Mints being the worst offenders. 5 flavors of Girl Scout cookies contained. Scroll up, back up. Contained levels of glyphosate and heavy metals above EPA water safety limits. New investigation found 100% of tested Girl Scout cookies contained glyphosate. 100%. Controversial herbicide and Roundup. 88% contained toxic metals like arsenic, lead, and mercury. Key finding, Thin Mints had the highest glyphosate levels at 111.07 ppb, 334 times what experts say is harmful. Peanut Butter Patties had the highest heavy metal contamination, with lead reaching 42.5 ppb and aluminum at 27,500 ppb, ppm. 76% of cookies tested exceeded cadmium safety limits, and 96 contained lead.
That's wild.
Girl Scout USA, which sells 200 million boxes per year, $800 million in revenue, did not respond to researchers before publication. I wonder why.
Respond.
I wonder why.
Design influences our choices, not just with cookies, but in everyday snacks. You'd probably go for this organic treat over a processed one. Let's zoom in on the example from the start. To recap, you only wanted a quick box of Thin Mints when you spotted the booth. The display hits you with inviting images of cookies. The more addictive varieties, like peanut butter patties, are especially eye-catching. On the side, you see different flavor categories. Here, Girl Scouts set a so-called trust anchor. Going forward, you'll subconsciously compare other snacks to these wholesome ones. Even if you skip the pricier add-ons, Thin Mints now seem harmless. This makes you more likely to grab multiple boxes. We've just seen 2 examples of manipulation. Manipulations influence our behavior by presenting products in nostalgic ways. Sometimes they're subtle, sometimes blatant. Here, the booth signs on the side are smaller than the prominent cookie stacks in the center. More space at the table grabs more of your attention. The same happens when you browse the order form. High-margin cookies sit at the top, basic ones at the bottom. It's like a supermarket shelf. You have to scan down or ask for the plain stuff. The contaminated items are at eye level. As a result, you barely notice the risks because sweeter options dominate. Peanut butter patties are just too tempting to resist. Buy a box? Sure. Thin mints too. Let's go. One box or the family pack for just a few bucks more? Family pack, obviously. Anything else? Samoas? Nope. Doozy-does? Yeah, you're in the mood for that. The cheerful pitch you hear when buying isn't random. It's there to make you feel good about supporting the troop. Next, the seller doesn't wrap it up. They point you back to the display. Now that you're looking, another variety sounds nice. Why not tag-alongs? How much is that total? Oh, down there This is a hidden hazard. Hidden hazards get consumers to overlook dangers that aren't in their best interest by presenting information non-transparently or omitting it entirely. Think colorful packaging while ingredients hide in fine print. The cookie campaign is similar, though less overt. Toxin details are buried in lab reports, not on the box. At the booth, you'd need to dig to find warnings. For Girl Scouts, USA, maximizing revenue is key. For you, poisons are a minor detail next to fun flavors. When investigators presented their findings, Girl Scouts USA responded with silence. Now the real shock: what's inside? This reveal pushes you to rethink your support. You see natural ingredients in small print, but toxins lurk beneath. Why? Nostalgia drives repeat purchases and higher spending. Widespread booths let more families buy simultaneously. You pay about $5 per box for what's essentially systemic poisoning. Ingredients like glyphosate at harmful levels hit you hard. Once the cookies are in front of you, and especially after devouring them, you wonder, how did this happen again? The cookies are a masterclass in concealed contamination. During the buying process, you're subtly manipulated into consuming more than planned. Instead of a healthy snack, you get Thin Mints with glyphosate 334 times above harmful levels and peanut butter patties loaded with lead and aluminum. In small steps, the campaign builds subconscious loyalty through trust. Each purchase felt innocent. You might have thought you were doing good. But imagine this choice: a free apple or a $5 box with arsenic, lead, mercury, and aluminum. You'd pick the apple. This is not exaggerated. Toxins keep production cheap. The margin on a clean cookie might be low. Controversial herbicides and heavy metals are inexpensive and hard to detect. That's why the recipe matters. It's built on obfuscation, with nostalgic flavors like Thin Mints as the hook. For the organization, tainted ingredients scale the operation. For customers, it feels like tradition since risks aren't upfront. Cross-promotion is key in sales. Booths suggest extra boxes more effectively than a simple ask. No health questions, no scrutiny, just families clustering around. That's how you end up with peanut butter patties you didn't plan on, packed with lead and aluminum. Investigators found 100% of samples had glyphosate, the herbicide in Roundup, and 88% contained toxic metals like arsenic, lead, and mercury. The health impact is alarming. We asked for a response: silence. Recent years show billions of cookies sold nationwide. About half of families join the tradition. This makes Girl Scout cookies one of the top fundraising items, rivaled only by school bake sales. The organization could ignore heaps of data yearly. data they could use for safety testing. Batches could be checked for toxin levels or sources. Some varieties might show worse contamination. With tests, they could clean up the supply chain. It could involve ingredient sourcing, farming, or baking methods. Girl Scouts offered no specifics. They didn't confirm actions elsewhere or provide a global response. Health communities testing similar products found widespread issues. It's safe to assume these contaminations affect Girl Scout cookies nationwide. Cookie sales undeniably boost community engagement, funding activities, and making the process fun. A win for youth programs. You don't worry about questioning tradition when buying to support Scouts. But there's a dark side. These cookies are laced with poisons to maximize health risks. The tactics aren't unique, but often invisible. You might think you're immune to contaminants or hidden hazards, but people aren't. Otherwise, these cookies wouldn't dominate, and Girl Scouts USA wouldn't push them.